You think you make your own spending decisions. Well, think again. Because right now, without you knowing it, there's a system running in the background of almost every digital transaction you make. It was built by corporations, backed by real behavioral science, and it's designed to move your money out of your pocket before your brain even registers what just happened. It's called the 5 Ones, and by the time this video is over, you're never going to look at a checkout page the same way again. Now, most people assume they overspend because of bad habits, weak willpower, poor discipline. And look, that's exactly what they want you to think. Because if you believe it's your fault, you'll never look at the system doing it to you. The 5 Ones isn't a marketing strategy. It's a behavioral extraction architecture. 5 components, each one engineered to quietly disable a specific layer of your financial self-control. Let's walk through all 5. The first one target. Every system like this needs a way in, and the door they use is you. Not some broad demographic, not a general audience. One specific person, one specific pain point, one urgent problem they already know you have. This is called persona isolation, and here's why it works. When a message speaks directly to your exact situation, your brain stops reading it like an ad. It reads it like someone actually understands you. And the moment that happens, your analytical defenses drop. They don't find you by accident either. They build a profile. Your behavior, your search history, your past purchases. They craft a message so targeted it feels personal, because it is. The second one message. Once they have your attention, they do something that seems completely backwards. They take away your options. Barry Schwartz figured this out years ago. He called it the paradox of choice. The more options you're faced with, the more your brain locks up. Decision fatigue sets in. You start worrying about making the wrong choice. And most people do what comes naturally. They walk away and buy absolutely nothing. The 5 Ones system exploits this perfectly. They strip everything down. One offer, one message, 0 navigation links, no exit, no comparison, no alternative path. And here's the thing, when your brain faces only one option, the cognitive load drops to almost nothing. Your analytical processing shuts off, and you move forward, not because you chose to, but because the architecture chose for you. The third one offer. And this is where your money actually starts moving. They don't ask for much, not yet. They hit you with what's called a tripwire, a low-ticket offer, $27, a small course, a digital download, something so cheap your self-control doesn't even bother showing up. And that's completely deliberate. Back in 2009, behavioral economists Priya Raghubir and Joydeep Srivastava ran a study on something they called the denomination effect. They gave 89 students either a single dollar bill or 4 quarters. Same value, different form. Only 26% of the students holding the dollar bill spent it, but 63% of the students holding the quarters did. Why? Because smaller denominations are cognitively harder to track. Your brain cannot monitor multiple small transactions the way it monitors one large one. So your financial self-control collapses, not because you're weak, but because the system is specifically designed to make it collapse. $27 doesn't feel like money leaving. It feels like nothing until you check your bank statement at the end of the month. The fourth one channel. And this is where things stop being a sales tactic and start becoming an engine. The moment you complete that first transaction, your data becomes a weapon against people just like you. Your behavioral profile, your device data, your engagement patterns, all of it gets fed into algorithmic systems as what's called a seed database. Machine learning models analyze that data across more than 1,500 dimensions. Then they scan the entire internet to find the top 1 to 3% of people who behave exactly the way you did. This is lookalike modeling. The system doesn't need to find new targets. It just clones the ones it already converted. You weren't just a customer, you were a template. And the fifth one, the one that makes all of this permanent, one loop. Everything we just covered doesn't stop after the first transaction. It feeds back into itself. Your purchase data refines the targeting. The targeting finds more buyers. More buyers generate more data. More data sharpens the model. The loop runs without human input. It scales without a ceiling. This is exactly how Leadpages, a software company built on this precise framework, scaled to support over 11,500 active businesses globally. They didn't just sell a product, they industrialized the loop. And they prove that compressing consumer choice down to a single pathway can increase conversion rates tenfold compared to a traditional website. You were never just a customer. You were a data point that made the next extraction more efficient. 5 components, 1 system, running quietly behind almost every digital transaction you make. The question isn't whether it's been used on you. It has. The real question is, now that you can see it, what do you do with that? Understanding systems like this is how the wealthy protect their capital. Not with more willpower, with more awareness. If this is the kind of intelligence that actually moves the needle for you, you'll want to watch this one next. We broke down exactly why the ultra-rich are quietly hoarding passports, and it connects directly to what we just covered, because the same systems that control your spending also control where your money is allowed to go. It's right there. Watch it next.